All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at the week that went by and let's do a little wrap up like we always do on the weekend to see how things panned out. First things first, let's take a look at the swing days that I posted. By the way, I've posted the whole month of October. It's already on there. All right, so all of the October full month ahead. All right, so last week 29th of September to the 5th of October, including Saturday, Sunday. Obviously, no times for Saturday, Sunday, because I only do the Monday to Friday hours. But in any case, let's first take a look at the swing days and see how we go. Now, with gold, let's start off with gold. Okay, so we had Tuesday, Wednesday, and these were the 2 days. As you can see, this is where the market topped. Retraced on Thursday, back up on Friday. And with this one, I kept saying in the videos as well, which you can see on Vimeo, by the way. They're all on there after the week is over, so you can watch them there. The thing is, it's an upwards trend, so the market's just pushing up and up and up. So on swing days, if the market does pull back, going up is always an option too. So if we take a look at the hours on this one, all right, these are the hours. Let's go into Monday first, right? That's Monday trade hours, where the market is chucking a Yui here, pushing here. This is at the top, so a bit of a retracement. This is a trading hour breakout, market pulling back and pushing back up again at the trading hours going. Asia session going to the upside. Another trade hour where you can see the market pushed to the upside, so logically going to the upside, and then selling off at a trade hour, coming all the way into the price levels that we normally talk about. As you know, I get my pricing from the weekly, the daily PST levels, and on monthly if there is any. So over them, or if I do a technical analysis, I might do a technical as well. All right, so those are the price levels. As you can see, Monday market going up all the way into, so this is Friday, sorry, from last Friday, market going up all the way into Tuesday, Wednesday, slight pullback, we're back in there. All right, and as you can see, another trading hour, market going up, trade hour, big push down, and then going back up again, pretty much in that time zone, and then closing in Asia. I also make comments, so for example, when we're targeting a place, all right, so for example, I've got here targeting 11 o'clock, right? So, or for example, I might say, look, if it has direction, it can target 10 past 11 to closing. So those are comments you want to keep in mind, because once we've got direction, you don't want to be closing or getting out of a position too early if there's potential to keep pushing to the upside. Okay, and Tuesday, as you know, Tuesday and Wednesday were swing days. So those are the days with a possible reversal, and the market did kind of reverse, pull back, they bought again, and this is Wednesday just going sideways. Thursday again dipping down, okay, into there, same kind of location. As you can see, it's all on the trade hours here again. So market selling from the highs. The important thing here to realize is, if I'm going to trade, where am I going to trade? If you're a buyer, you don't want to be buying expensive. You want to be buying cheap. If you're a seller, you don't want to be selling cheap. You want to be selling expensive. So when you're using the trade hours, as I always mention, the important thing to do here is to make sure, if this is a market high, the market did this on a Wednesday, right? So you want to be selling the highs, okay, at a trade hour. So on Thursday, if we have a trade hour, which we must have had if I put it there, so that's looking like 424.45. Okay, that's after New York opening, 424.45. Market comes up, it's the high of the previous day. Market doing a slight stop sweep, not a big one, and just, as you can see on the trade hour here, just pushing down. And then we should always have a target to go to, because it's an uptrend. If you're gonna sell, you want to do it at a high price. Okay, um, and that's basically it. Let's get rid of those. And on Friday, let me see what happened on Friday, because I didn't trade on Friday. I only put a trade in once this week and it got stopped out on a Tuesday, I think. But on Wednesday and Thursday I was on the beach. So I took the wife to the beach 2 days in a row. We went for Wednesday, it looked great, so we said let's do it again on Thursday. So let's see, be careful at openings. I got in New York, I got 425. Remember, these are UTC plus 3. 425. Let's just refresh this because these are not correct. So let's put them where we should be putting them. There we go. So that's on Friday. So 425, and I had what, 4:30 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning as well. That's your 4:30 there. All right, so market 4:30, 5:30, coming down a little bit, and then I've got 425, which is on this bar. Yeah, not a great bar. Okay, because there's no place to reverse here. The only thing you could have done here was you could have taken this bar at that trade hour. You might have wanted to sell. Okay, and if you did sell, because that's a trade hour and this is a zone to sell, just like on the previous setup. Okay, if you're going to sell, do it high. All right, market comes in, it goes down a little bit, it would have covered your stop. Okay, and that's basically it. Okay, on a Friday. I don't like to trade on Fridays simply because it's just a nuisance and I don't work on Fridays, so it needs to be a like amazing day or something irregular and good for me to trade on a Friday actually. Okay, so that's gold, and that's pretty much it for gold. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. Now the hours are the same obviously, but the euro dollar had Monday, I said Wednesday can be volatile, and Thursday. So Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. This is your Monday. This is Friday, remember? Last week Friday, and then I said this week Monday we could go up into there, which is exactly what it did. And I said Wednesday can be volatile. That's your Wednesday going up, selling off into a good buy kiss on a Thursday, and then Thursday market taking off again. All right, so that's all good. Okay, on Thursday, that's basically how it was there. Let's check out Thursday. All right, so Wednesday, pretty much coming off the levels we talked about. Let me refresh this again so we get these rectangles right. On Thursday, swing day. Let's see if the market went up on a swing hour. So Thursday hours, let's check it out together. Thursday, we've got 11:30, this is London. We've got 2:20, 4:20, 4:45, that's New York pre-trade session and opening. So 11:30 my time. This is 11:30 my time. And then what do we have? 2:20, which is there. And then we had 4:20, which is there. So 4:20 to 4:45, market really pushing down. And then if it turns or continues, it might just hang around, target until 7:40. I've got 7:40 somewhere. This is 7:40 there. All right, so market coming down. It's just 7:40, and then going into 10 past 10, which is just there. All right, 10 past 10. There we go. And let's see how did that on Wednesday. Was that swing hour? That'll be interesting to know. Wednesday, What do we have on a Wednesday? We had 8:40 to 10 past 9, 2:35, 4:05, which is this here. Okay, so that was a PST level probably, selling off at the PST level. New York going up, mid-range, nothing really to do here. And this basically, well, the market did turn around at these trading hours to go up a little bit, but at the end of the day, the only thing that would have been done is probably a sell-off at the right price and time match, and that's about it on this one. Okay, so knowing what's going to be a volatile day is also important, simply because you know that day you'll be extra careful. And if Thursday is a swing day, you wouldn't muck around on a Wednesday. Just wait for the Thursday. Thursday market's down, going up is fine. At the end of the day, that's the impulse, that's the pullback. And if you've taken technical analysis, what would have happened is basically, if we take it from Monday or Friday, which is a swing day, right? So let's take it off to Wednesday, and that Friday's there. Thursday, even the low, okay? Market coming into 37.5, which is what we like to see. If you wanted to take it from Monday, it would have been from there. That's the Monday low, and that's your 25%. Still, as you can see, it's right on the dot, okay? But when we're doing an impulse, we'll take it from the low, just like on this one. So on the daily, you'd be taking it from there into Wednesday, if you were doing it on the daily, right? So that's your Wednesday, that's the low, right? There we are. So you'd be looking for the 37.5 or any gap fill, or here we've got the good buy kiss. So this zone, then on a Thursday, you look for the trading hour. Trading hour, market comes down, you're in the zone, bouncing off, that's your trading hour, market pushing to the upside. That's why trading hours with a swing day is really powerful, and you can use it with minimum risk. What about SP 500? SP 500, we had swing days, what? Monday, Friday, that's your Monday. Okay, so the market didn't sell much, just a bit of a push down into Wednesday to go all the way back up into Friday. Alright, and that's Friday, it's a pin bar. So next week we'll have to see how things go, but you already have next week's swing days, so you can check it out. Okay, and that's basically it with this one. So you can actually look at the trading hours as well for New York to see how things are going, and you can confirm it. NASDAQ, Dow Jones, well, we can check them out here. This is Dow Jones. Swing day was a Thursday. Thursday turned into a breakout day. Once you have a breakout on a PST, you can use the good buy kiss to push. All right. So what's the importance of the good buy kiss? Well, once you got a breakout, if you come to the good buy kiss, so this would have been Thursday like that. Okay. So watch Thursday's videos to see how it panned out. But on Thursday, it would have been what time on a Thursday? 4:20, 4:45. Let's check it out. Let's not be lazy. All right, this is Dow Jones. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this. So swing days, right? Dow Jones, swing days. Looking at Thursday. So Thursday, as you can see, turning out into a breakout, push up. Now what you would have had here is a swing hours for the day, the trading hours for the day, plus a good buy kiss right on the PST, and that's your Thursday. That would have been on a PST. So if you bought there, you would have been okay if you're using your PST. And on Thursday, what do we have for hours? 420, 445. Let's see. 445 is there. So the market took a dive from there and then pushed down into the PST. So if you sold that, you still would have been okay. Why? Because you're selling the high at a trade hour. Okay, market comes down. Now the PST level would have been your price of interest. So once the market comes down, you got to take profit from there. Then if it turns around, so what did I say? If it turns or continues, it might just hang around or target 740. Where is 740? 740 is there. And then the market breaks to the upside. Okay, that's not Thursday. And then Friday, non-farm payroll day. Now Friday was also a swing day for SP 500. Now because we've got Thursday and SP 500 Friday, we've got Thursday Dow Jones, Thursday Nasdaq, Friday SP 500. Both of those days you need to look out for. As you can see, that's precision pricing with your PST levels going all the way into there. So this is clearly another nice bullish push to the upside. Let's take a look at NASDAQ then. Okay, NASDAQ. Now with NASDAQ we have Thursday, Friday. So obviously those are price levels which we talked about. Okay, there you go. Thursday is NASDAQ, Friday SP 500, so that's a high. Okay, and Friday market pushing down, and that's basically it. Friday trade hours, let's take a look. Friday trade hours 5:30, 425 actually, 425. Where are we? $4.25 is right there. From 5:30 to 8 o'clock, expect volatility, which is tricky until 9:40. Okay, so if you read between the lines, that's Friday there. Okay. Volatility from 4:25 until 5:30. This is 5:30, so sudden push down, up, and then market continuing into the PST price target. Tricky until 9:40. And this is your 9:40. All right, so if you like I always say, if you get your price targets, take profit and call it a day if you're day trading, and that's basically it. Let's take a look at Bitcoin as well. Bitcoin swing days, what did I put there? Wednesday or Thursday or Friday. Now in the videos I did during the week, you'll recall that I said it could go up Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Why? Because it's 3 days in a row and we're coming from a low swing. All right, remember that. Remember we had swing days here, right? And the market picked up nicely. So it's only obvious Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Today's Sunday, by the way. All right, so Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, market going all the way up into that zone which I talked about. Okay, so if you followed it to the upside, you should have been just fine. Should have been just fine. Let's take a look at now. I don't have the hours for Saturday and Sunday because I don't do those, but for Thursday you could just put them in. Let's see for Friday, 4:25. We had 4:30, 5:30 in the morning. This is 5:30. That's 4:30. Should be around here. So market sizzles down a little bit, and then we've got 4:25. This is your 4:25 happening there, and then from 5:30 to 8 o'clock, expect volatility. 5:30, volatility until 8 o'clock is there, as you can see, nice and easy. Okay, tricky until 9:40, and this is 9:40, and it certainly was tricky, as you can see, the market being what it is. But you should have been okay with this, because I did give you a heads up that it could be a 3-day pushing up, and this was the zone which I talked about. All right, so all good. If you use the trading hours, all good. Friday we did have news. What you could have done with this was also box it in. Remember, I showed you in one of the videos how to box it. This is your trading hour. Okay, you wait for it. It makes a high low, or you fix a high low. Okay, you can say, well, that's the trading hour. That's the high it did in London. Okay, and this is, let's say, a gap zone here. Whichever side it breaks, just use your technical analysis and just common sense. Trading hours, you see we're breaking to the upside. Why is this good? Because you've got a price target, which I talked about, the zone, okay? Plus, you've got an hour to match it. So once the market pushes up, you're in that zone, you've come to the hour, you say, okay, you know what, we can get out of here, take profit and call it a day. Okay, so that's also doable. Doing boxes like that is well worth doing. If it comes into a trading hour, it'll work fine. Okay, and it'll be a high probability success trade when you're intraday trading. Rightio. So I hope that worked out well for you. Like I said, for the upcoming month, it's all on there. What I'm going to try to do, because doing it in bulk is a bit of a tricky and time-consuming thing, as I do, I'm going to do 1 week every week, and I'm going to add them on here. Okay, so this week I'll work on the first week of November, let's say. When I'm done, I'll put it on there. So if when I keep adding stuff, this is going to be obviously taking out the others, so you'll have to go into the archives, go to like October, and then you'll see them there. Okay, so for example, all of September I posted in August. All right, so you need to check them out in August. So all of October, I posted in October. That's right, the October ones I did post in October. But now, when I add November and so on in there, you'll have to, oh, come on, mate. Let's do this, just bear with me. Just so that we get it done and you don't get confused when I add the November stuff in there. Alright, so this is all the September stuff I posted in August. Alright, the October ones, because I posted all of October on the weekend, alright, so on the 4th of October, this is why you don't have any September there. Alright, but as I add November, because I'm going to be adding them in October, you should see them in the October archives. If you don't, if you don't see them later on, as the recent posts are only limited to 5. Okay, rightio. All right, have a good weekend. All the best. See you guys next week.